Good morning, Dragonlings. Welcome to day 2 of the 7-Day Book Challenge. If you are new here, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name SD Hegyes, and we're going to be doing some sprints. So I'm going to double check and make sure everything that is working correctly the way it's supposed to be. It is. Okay, awesome. That's all I needed to know. I always try to check that when I first get on, especially if I'm by myself, because the one time I didn't was the one time that it wasn't working properly. So wanted to double check. Anyways, so 7-Day Book Challenge. I am streaming daily for that. I am working on a bunch of different short stories. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I kind of was hurrying and eating food before I went live, trying my best to finish, and that was probably a mistake. Anyways, I worked on a short story submission yesterday during my stream. Jeez, I've already forgotten which stream I did what on. And I finished that up. At least the first draft of it was only 3,000. The max for that was only 3,000 words, and I wrote a little 160-ish less than that. So I've still got a little bit of wiggle room with that if I need to extend it, but hopefully I won't be changing too much about that before I submit it. That's a ways down the road though. And then I've got a bunch of other short stories I'll be looking at attempting to complete this week as well. What about everyone in the comments? What are you guys working on today? And if you're doing the challenge, let me know. I should have a link in the description. Watch me not have it there, because why? That would make too much sense. Okay, it is there. That talks in more detail about what the 7-Day Book Challenge is and how it works. So there is that. In the meantime, I'm going to say hello to everyone in the comments and see what everyone's working on today. Of course, Restream is not showing me anything. I decided that I do not like Restream as much as I would love to like Restream. Foggy Author is here. Hello. I believe Brett. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe your name is Brett. I'm very bad with names, so I apologize if I am getting it wrong. You're not by yourself. Hello. Hello. And Martina? I'm going to mispronounce your name. I believe it's Rem. Good morning. Feel free to correct me. I would like to get people's names right. Just working on my next video newsletter. That is such an interesting format to do the newsletter via video. I haven't watched any of those yet, but I remember you mentioning that about a different live stream you came to, where you mentioned that's what you were doing. Brett, okay, I did get it right. One of these days I will get things right, and today is obviously that day for once. And Martina's working on a cozy mystery screenplay. I love it. Okay. Now watch me not remember it the next time I see you, because I'm like I said, I'm terrible with names. I will try to remember though. One of these days I will actually keep a notebook beside me with like people's names and pronunciations. I'm not that smart. I haven't done that. Okay, so for those who are new here, since I am by myself and don't have a co-host today, no introductions for people need to be made other than checking in with everyone in the chat. Hello, Devin. Good morning. So the way I usually do my streams when we're not doing challenges like this one is that I usually only stream on Saturday evenings late in the evening because I work nights and that just works. But because we're doing a writing challenge, I literally just got home from work 15 minutes ago because I was running a little bit late, and I was just rushing to make sure I got everything set up before I went live. But the way I usually do live streams is we'll do 4 25-minute sprints. I've got our kitty timer up. Her name is Nixie. And then during those sprints, I like to put up writing prompts. I realized yesterday, as soon as the stream ended, I never once put up a writing prompt yesterday. But that is more because I was on a time crunch yesterday. I had to be off by a certain time. So I was trying to make sure we got as many writing sprints done as we could. But today we're not in as big of a hurry. And so what I do is during the sprints, I put up those writing prompts for anyone who wants to write but doesn't know what they want to write about. And I feel like that was everything I needed to mention. So yeah, we'll be starting some sprints. And we'll have some chit chat in between the sprints. And what I like to do is go through until I reach the end of the comments, and then I start the next sprint. We'll see what happens today. I don't know. Sometimes these streams are 2 hours, sometimes they're longer. It varies. You're in the one that dropped yesterday. Awesome. Martina says, so am I. Excuse me. Devin is working on AWC stuff because that is next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend. The 20, is it 27, 28, 29 or 28, 29, 30? I think it's 28, 29, 30. Feel free to drop a link to that in the comments, Devin, because you have wrench power, so you can. Brett says, let me clarify. Skye, you are in the newsletter that dropped yesterday. Okay. I figured that's what you were talking about. I'll have to go back and watch it. I didn't read yesterday like I normally do, because what I do at work, since I work by myself, I either listen to music, listen to audiobooks, or put my phone on my cleaning cart and just listen to YouTube videos all night long. And I ended up listening to YouTube videos all night long because my watch later list was like 60 plus videos. I now have it down to 48 because I watched a lot last night. But yep, I'm slowly getting there. I've got a whole bunch of other videos to watch before I'm caught up. 27th through 29th. I did have it right the first time. Awesome. I am not in any chats this year because I'm not doing any presentations. That's the word I was looking for, because I did not want to assign myself that obligation when I didn't know what was going to be going on this time of the year. Because the past couple of years, like last year was really hard for me to do my presentation because of the fact that the girls were doing so much with 4-H, and right about now we're getting ready for fair. This year they're not doing as much, but I didn't know that at the time that stuff was open. But hopefully next year I'll be helping out with AWC. But in the meantime, I will be sitting on my butt and watching as many streams as I can because I have no plans that weekend. Devin dropped a link to it. Awesome. Been a while since I've checked out the site. I need to go double check it and see what's going on there. Stomach, we ate. Can you please shut your face? We can have more food later. We are not hungry. We're going to do some writing sprints. Okay. I think I've made it to the end of the chat that I see so far. Devin said, totally understandable. I don't think I will be doing a presentation next year. See, we'll swap places. I will do a presentation next year, and you'll take a break and sit down and watch everything while eating popcorn and taking notes. Because I know that's what we'll be doing. I won't eat popcorn. I can't eat popcorn. Plus, I don't really like it. So, good morning, Katie. Katie, paperbacks and ponytails is Katie. I remembered this time. Maybe not next time, but this time I did. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and do a writing sprint. 25 minutes. That is exactly what my stomach is saying. Feed me, Seymour. Must be blood. Must be fresh. All right. 25 minutes on the clock. Let me get our writing prompt up. Again, you do not have to work on the writing prompt. It's just there if you want to write, but don't know what you want to write about. And I really love this first one. So today's first writing prompt says, ever since we started the Cryptid Exchange program, we've had a lot less children go missing. I wonder why that is. So that is our first writing prompt for anyone who wants to use it. Again, you don't have to. 25 minutes on the clock, starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, that is time. Let us know what you did, how you did in the comments. Why won't it let me get rid of it? Oh, that's why. Okay, there we go. I did not work on writing. I was doing some research. Yesterday, I was tagged in a Facebook post about anthology related stuff. So I was reading through that and filling out forms and all that fun jazz. So that's what I did during that sprint. I was also reading over some documents that I have to see if I had anything already written or at least started, an idea at least, that might fit into that anthology. I don't. I'm going to have to come up with something. Boo. Hiss. I don't like it. During that sprint, Emma joined us. Hello. Good morning. And so did Kay. Good morning. And Devin said, I am perusing YouTube for thumbnail ideas for my presentation. I want it to stand out from my author ones. I'll have to double check that schedule you sent because I haven't even actually read through the schedule to see who's presenting on what. So you're saying that, like, I have no idea what you're talking about, but at the same time, I'm like, I want to know. Let's see. Okay, so, oh, my phone is very angry with me. Okay, said mostly dealt with family stuff in a good way or a bad way. I hope it was a good way, and I am so sorry if it was a bad way. Hopefully everything's going okay. Good morning, T. Marie. Is it T. Marie Alexander? Hello, all just popping in before work. Hello, thank you for stopping by. Good to have you. I'm going to try to keep us on time today, but I like to go through all the comments before we start new sprints, so we might go a little over. Let's see. I'm slowly working through my outline, slowly, because I'm still tired. I feel that this is like late night for me. As soon as this stream ends, I am going to bed because I work nights and I got home from work a little bit ago, and yeah, I will need the sleeps in order to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for work this evening. So that's what I will be working on eventually. Okay, says bad way, but it's being dealt with in the normal snarky manner. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. That sucks. But I love that it's being dealt with snark. That is awesome. Okay, there is the AWC schedule. I will have to look through that during. Can you stop asking me questions? I was wondering why you were on this morning. Yep, I am doing a daily stream this week for the 7-day book challenge. My goal is to get a whole bunch of short stories done. I'm kind of sidelining my own goal this morning because of the fact that I got that notification about the anthology submission, but it'll still be a novella, so I'm not side hustling it much, I guess. I don't know. The requirements are that it has to be a minimum of 25K, so that to me is a novella. We'll see what happens. I'm going to look through my story ideas and see if I've got anything that I can work with that I can just build on for that specific thing. Lord knows I have enough writing related prompts and story ideas that I probably do have something I can work with, but we'll see. All hail the snark. Yes, agreed. The words, well then, maybe don't be an asshole, have come up a few times. That would be me saying that too. Don't worry. I'm right there with you. I would totally be like that. Legit. Family drama is the best sometimes. It sucks so much. It's the best when you're on the outside looking in and you're not like in the depths of it. That's when it sucks. Oh. I know, because anytime my aunt pops her head around, it's always drama. It's great fun. I love it so much. It's fantastic. One of these days I'm going to go to jail. And I will not have a lot of fun there. All right, I'm going to pause this timer real quick. Make sure I got everything good to go as far as comments go. I think I did. Okay, says family dynamics suck so hard, but plenty of snark and patience get through the drama. Yep. Sometimes it's all you got to do to get by, but sometimes it doesn't work out the way you want to. All right, I think I got to the bottom of don't let them pull you in. Yes, exactly. Hard to do sometimes because man, sometimes you just have to bite your tongue and it's really hard to do because you want to say something and you know it's going to cause even more drama if you say something. Sometimes it's just better to bite your tongue. There's no tacos in prison. I want tacos. Good reason for me not to go to prison, I guess. All right. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and get us started on our next sprint. We've got 25 minutes. Let me get if I can click on the right tabs here. Hello. We've got our second writing prompt. Again, you do not have to write it if you don't want to. It's just there if you want to write, but don't know what you want to write about, and maybe it'll inspire you. And this one says, what in the Scooby-Doo mystery is going on in here? I thought this was supposed to be a scary haunted house, not a whimsical and fun one. So that is our writing prompt. You don't have to use it. If you do, let me know. I am curious. And we are going to start writing in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, everyone, that is time. Let us know how you did, what you did in the comments. I managed to look through some of my story ideas, and I found 4 possible ones that I could use for this anthology. It's an anthology that's going to be coming out. It's an anthology series that's going to be coming out next year. I'm not quite certain exactly what the proper term is. It's when a bunch of authors all write their own story around the same central theme kind of thing. That's what it is. So, I found 4 story ideas that I have that could work for that. So now I just gotta figure out how to decide which one I'm gonna pick. Um, what I'll probably do is put up either a community post or maybe send out a newsletter to my subscribers and be like, which one should I do? So, all right. That's what I did during that sprint. Let's see. Go through the comments real quick, see what everyone else is doing, who else popped in during that sprint, and all that fun jazz. Let's see. Bite your tongue off. Let's not do that, Kay, and say we did. How about that? That sounds like fun. Brett says, sprint away. Let's go. Loving the prompt. Glad you like it. A Hannon, hello, welcome. Says, I can't hear you. Yes, when you can't hear us, it's because we are in the middle of a sprint where we're either writing, reading, editing, something writing related, or doing crafts or other random stuff. Because sometimes I even go as far as doing chores during sprints, but it varies. And then we come back and chit chat when the timer says break. When Nixie says it's time for a break. Eva's here. Hello. I watched Reels. Nice. Kay says, mostly got myself set up for writing. That is important. Just saying. I'm going to butcher this and I apologize. Is it Levigister? Levi Jester? I am so sorry. Hello, though. Welcome. Martina says, now that I'm awake and wrote 735 words, that's awesome. This morning, it's time to read pages from my writing group to provide feedback in our meeting this afternoon. Ooh, we like a good reading group or writing group. Jeez, I cannot think anymore. It is really late for me. I'm going to bed in like an hour, maybe 2 tops. Working on finding a background. Nice. Forgot how far behind. Oh, my tree has grown. I've been doing the forest app in conjunction with our sprints so I can grow some trees and earn some coins. Excuse me. Sorry. Well, Eva, you came in mid-sprint. How's your challenge going? I worked so yesterday during my stream yesterday, I worked on my submission for the Krampus anthology that Two of Crones is putting out. And I finished the first draft of that during my stream. And then during Stephanie's stream in the evening, I was working on setting up my Scrivener correctly so that it would stop telling me that there was errors with my files and stuff. And it turned out that I somehow deleted. This doesn't surprise me, honestly. I do this kind of stuff all the time. I had somehow deleted the backup file where everything was supposed to, back up to make sure that everything's hunky-dory. Don't know how I managed to do that. I'm just special that way. I am just that good. So I had to reset up and organize all that. And now today last night I got a notification about an anthology, that same thing I was mentioning earlier, where we're starting to fill out forms and see who's like interested in participating. And so like I was trying to figure out what story idea I could write for that, because I could technically work on that and at least get a first draft going, possibly even finish during this challenge if I wanted to, because we have to write a minimum of 25,000 words for that. So I was trying to figure out what story idea I wanted to work on for that. And that's, now you're caught up. That's where I've gotten to. I'm really happy with the fact that I at least completed one short story so far, and I will be working on others. I don't know what project I'm going to be working on next quite yet. I've got several to choose from, and it's just a matter of picking one and going forward with it. Have I done that yet? No. If I'd been smart, I would have done that before we started today's stream, but I I did not. I did not do that because I am not that intelligent. So instead I've been working on other random things and procrastinating. So, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm not too worried about it. I'm actually feeling quite good. Like I said, I've already completed one story that was on my list of things to do. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm a winner. Woo! But yeah. All right, I think I have made it to the end of the chat that I can see, which means it is time for another sprint. Yes. Okay. I had to pause the timer to make sure that she didn't start a new sprint without us. Nixie is very impatient sometimes, and I want to get through all of the chat messages I see before we start the next sprint. So here we go. Our next sprint. Here is our writing prompt for anyone who wants to use it, but who wants to write but doesn't know what they want to write about. Maybe this will inspire you. And it says, both of those are good dinner options. I guess we'll decide which we're having by the ingredients you come home with. Let the best meal win. So that is going to be our writing prompt for anyone who wants to use it. You don't have to if you don't want to. I promise it's okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings too much. It's okay. But here we go. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that is time, everyone. Let us know how you did, what you did in the comments. Got one more sprint left before we wrap it up. Why can it never just start where it ended up? Okay, here we go. Cool. I made a YouTube post that I will be scheduling for later next weekend, I think. And this will probably be the last time I work on this particular thing because there's nothing else I'm going to do with this until after I figure out what I'm actually going to be writing for that anthology collection. But I will be scheduling this post. It's a poll with the 4 story ideas I have for the anthology collection, and I will let everyone else but me decide which one I'm going to pick. I've narrowed it down to those 4. All right. Devin just finished up some thumbnails. Awesome. Congrats. Eva didn't do anything again. Oop. Oop, oop. Been there, done that. There are times when I do these challenges and I get nothing done. I think that happened last time, actually. I could not figure out. I could not get my head on straight and figure out. And this morning is pretty much the same way because I'm noticing a pattern. When I finish a project, no matter how long, short, or whatever it is, I always seem to take the next day off to just like relax. Like my mind will not focus on any one thing, period, no matter what it is. Even if I have like ideas of things to write about, which I do right now. I have like ideas for like 7 million other stories, but I can't seem to like focus my brain down to actually work on it. And part of it's probably because I'm tired because I just got off work 2 hours ago at this point, and I'm really tired. But some of it's, I think, just I'm still riding that high from finishing a story yesterday, and my brain's like, I don't want to work on anything. We're good. We're reaping the rewards of what we finished. So maybe when Stephanie has her stream tonight, I'll be able to write. But for right now, I can't. I don't know why. Okay, got in about 158 words. Starting a chapter, just could not, for the life of me, get it started. I feel that. Eva says I'm in an apathetic headspace. I think I'll just clean the house. Tasks I don't have to think about. That's when you put on a good audiobook or you put on some good music and then you just go for it. That's actually something I need to start doing. We've got so much cleaning in this house to do and outside of it too. It's not even funny. And I think that after this week, I'm going to start doing a lot more of just when I get home from work. I've still got to make a pen to let the chickens out in. I still got to like upgrade their chicken coop, and I've got so many things I need to do, but it gets too hot too quickly. And I haven't done anything, it feels like. But that's okay. Martina says, I'm sitting in a tank top, drinking iced coffee, reading a Christmas story. This feels awesome. I am here for this though, because this is about the time that everyone starts. If you're someone who's a fast drafter and if you've got your schedule down packed, isn't this about the time that a lot of people start writing their Christmas story for like a November, December release? Like, I feel like this is about the time that some people start writing Christmas stories for, if you're an indie author and you're trying to do something like rapid release, that's now is the time to start your story, like Christmas in July kind of thing. Eva, you did finish an entire story. I did. I wrote an entire story during my stream yesterday morning. So like I deserve a break, but at the same time, there were so many projects that I wanted to finish this week that I'm kind of beating myself up because I'm not working on them. I'm doing all kinds of procrastinating instead of working on stories I should be working on. And like, I'm not mad about it. I'm just like figuring this out kind of thing. It's like, oh, this is how my brain operates kind of thing. Hi, Margaret. Good morning. Too hot indeed. Christmas trees and drinks. Boba teas. That's what those look like to me. Those look like boba teas. I don't know if that's actually what they're supposed to be, but that's what it looks like. Oh. Okay, I don't see any other comments. Oh, Jester's awake. She wants to be let out. So I'm going to pause this real quick so I can get us set up for our next sprint. Devin says, getting ready to post a sneak peek AWC interview happening tonight. Ooh. Opens that in a new tab so I can look at that. Eva's asking Margaret how she is. Okay, yes, Jester. I will let you out in just a second. Let me get this sprint started, okay? Does that if you being out here, does that mean that Dad's awake so he can go to work? Is that what that means? I'll let you out in a second. Okay. All right. I need to get her outside, let her outside. So it's definitely time for me to start sprint. All right. Margaret says that's the closest I could get to iced coffee emoji. Okay. Makes sense. Just got back from family time in Yosemite. Ooh. That's interesting. Boba is the bomb. I haven't ever tried boba. Sorry, I missed your comment. Okay. I didn't even realize it. Brett says it's so hot here, even the comments are melting. It's hotter than a dragon's breath. All right, I'm going to leave off on that one. That one's a good one to leave off on. So here is our last prompt for the day for our last sprint for this morning. And again, you don't have to write it if you don't want to, but it says, isn't it weird how dogs are only in our lives for a short time, but we're in theirs forever? Do you think they believe us to be immortals or gods? Oh, what if we're dogs to vampires from their age perspectives? So I took something that I've heard before and kind of twisted and put a little supernatural spin on it. So that is our prompt. You don't have to use it if you don't want to, but there it is. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that is time, everyone. Let me know how you did, what you did in the comments. I managed to do a whole lot of nothing. I read through a bunch of stuff, and I hopped over to SD Houston's channel because she's also streaming right now. She started an hour after I did, and I was saying hi in the chat. So that's pretty much what I did. My wrist is bothering me. But that was our last sprint for today. So let me know how you guys did and what you guys worked on. Stephanie popped in during that sprint saying sleep was required. Good morning, Stephanie. I discovered yesterday is not a morning person. And I was very lucky that she was able to join me yesterday because she didn't think she would be able to join me yesterday. And so, like, every day, if she joins me, it's going to be awesome. But if she doesn't, that's okay too because she's not a morning person. Rachel popped in. Hello, good morning. I'll put a link to SD Houston's stream because she does hour-long sprints and she's still going. I think she's got one more hour-long sprint left before she wraps up. That is not right. That is right. Did I? Yeah, there it goes. Okay. That is Shannon's. Is it 2 N's? I feel like it's 2 N's. Watch that be wrong. I apologize if it is Shannon. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Sam added some words. Sam popped in during the last sprint, not this last sprint, but the sprint before, and I forgot to say. I said hi in the comments, but I forgot to say hi when we came back. Added some words, made Three Musketeers Disney references all in the chapter. I'm here for that. Devin is still a working. Kay added words that were hard, still working on it. I popped in nearly at break. Oh well, it's okay. Brett got newsletter, just needed to fill in the rest of the week. And Stephanie is in the newsletter this week. Margaret said, I puttered about and had breakfast and started on magazine work. Kay is being lovely, saying, make sure y'all boop the like button. 1 N is her call sign, so no. Okay. I totally spelled it wrong. I knew it. I knew as soon as I typed it, I was wrong. One of these days I will remember that. I just didn't this time. Will I remember next time? That's a good question. Probably not. I will probably be forever getting it wrong. All right. Well, with that being said, I think I've made it to the end of the comments. I have done 4 sprints where I've gotten absolutely nothing done except for puttering about random shenanigery. So I think it's good time to wrap it up so I can go get some sleep and be bright-eyed, bushy-tailed so I can go to work and possibly join Stephanie and her stream this evening in the chat. And maybe I'll get some work done then because I definitely didn't get any work done, not real work done during this stream this morning. But that's actually par for the course because when I take a look back at previous 7-day book challenges, every time I finish a project, doesn't matter how short or long it is, I always seem to take at least one day off. And today seems to be that day. So we'll see. I still say her last name wrong once in a while. I'm sure she'll forgive you. She'll never forgive me. Oh no. So much done. Yes. I did pop that link in the chat earlier for the Two of Crones Krampus anthology, and then Devin popped in a couple of links for the AWC schedule and an interview coming tonight for Michael Laron. I think that's who it is. It's Michael. I think it's Laron is his last name, I believe. Watch me be wrong about that too. I am really tired at this point. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it even if it's not accurate. I mean, it is accurate, but just as far as that being my excuse being accurate. You can wait to go outside. You've been outside already. I will let you out in a minute. All right, let me post this comment again, just in case. I need to put this comment in my description. Author to drama equals name pronunciations. All right. So much done. Excellent work. Good night. See catch you later. Thanks for live. Thanks for hopes and prints. All right. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. If you are new here, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. I will be streaming daily this week, Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Mountain Time, Saturday and Sunday, 9:30 p.m. Mountain Time, because I'm doing a writing challenge this week, and I'm trying to get as many short stories done as I can during this 7-day book challenge. I have a link in the description for a video that is talking about that. So, yeah. All right. Hey, nearly everyone gets my name wrong. You get used to it after a while. You do. You do. I still get told that there's no way my name is Skye. It must be short for Skylar, so don't worry about that. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. Thank you all for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and end this as soon as I figure out where my buttons are. Plus, my husband's wanting to leave and he's waiting for me to jump off. So